Rob Thompson, Carl Schoening. Halftime.
It's halftime. Welcome on to San Antonio's Sports Star. Go grab your device, turn your radio up. We'll get you fed some sports lunch. I'm Rob Thompson. He's Rudy J.
Yes, sir.
James Pledger driving. Time to get in a little bit in depth into things in halftime this is truly halftime. We're midway through the midweek. We're halfway through the hump day.
Yeah.
Rudy put in some extra time today.
Just a little bit.
Celebrating the Astros win. We're going to look very closely at the Astros.
That's why I'm here. I'm here to celebrate Correa and Altuve, and tomorrow is trash can day.
It is,
so it's only right I celebrate the Stros.
Celebrating their fifth ALCS after a whooping of the
fifth in a row.
Yeah, fifth in a row. 10-1 yesterday. They went behind 1-0. White Sox scored first. Astros scored better. Final score 10-1. Couple guys got dinged. You see
them on purpose, right?
Well, one they're saying was on purpose. I'm not sure if the shot on Altuve was on purpose or not. It was inappropriate to put him on base, loaded the bases, and Correa shows up and hits a single into short left.
Did Correa is that when Correa hit the "It's my time"? He went Dame time.
It's my time. That was
he talking to the GM?
I don't know what he was screaming at, but I heard it in my house. I heard it.
I think he was talking to the GM. He should have just said 300. I would have respected it more.
I woke up this morning and think of the guys that I love, and Correa is certainly one of them. He wasn't the most valuable in my mind until you hear the sound today. It might change your mind. Is he worth $300 million? I know we're getting ahead of ourselves with the Astros.
Yeah, we never stay in the moment.
We'll hear from Jerry today. It's a Wednesday. Jerry yesterday spoke with 105.3 The Fan, pressing questions that need to be answered. What's going on with the sideline pylon that almost put our number one running back out? That's important.
Dude was like, hey, what the hell? I know when he landed on it, he was like, what was that?
It was writhing in pain.
It's kind of like, it seemed like he kicked the corner of the coffee table, that type of
One
pain.
of those
where it just like shocks you. Like, you're going to be okay, but when you kick the corner of the table or you hit your knee on the table, you think you're going to die for about 30 seconds.
It's like that stepping on a Lego at night.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
My new one that just comes out of nowhere is my dog has remarkable ability to find the nether regions. Just a ridiculous
Are you serious?
radar ability to place a quick paw. Well, like we're in bed and she'll jump up on the bed and she will land right in the crotchal. I'm just boom, put me out.
It's always in the way.
Talk about ruining your night in a variety of ways.
It's a good problem to have, Rob.
No. That is not a good problem. That is not an RPP by any stretch.
Nope.
Forgive the acronym. There's an interesting story floating around that's kind of an outgrowth of the Washington football team papers, the Gruden papers.
Yeah, this is a crazy story.
Adam Schefter is a reporter of great renown. We appreciate what Schefter does. He is a bomb dropper. He gets the news, 10 seconds before anybody else for the most part. And there is a relationship that these bomb droppers build. Schefter, Woj, you can name your favorite Twitter
Glazer,
all of them, Charnia, you name them, to get the access that they got. There's a certain level of trust that has been built up between themselves and their sources.
Right.
So if you're behind the scenes, and I am not and never will purport to be a journalist. Just because I'm talking to you through a microphone, I am an entertainer.
Me same.
I vow and I promise to never try to break news. I've broken some stories, but I didn't mean to. I glued them back together and got them fixed.
Right.
But the fact is, to be a journalist, especially in this medium, you have to build relationships and understand that Schefter and all the likes, they know a lot more than they've told us. They're privy to a lot more information. Some they tell us, some they don't, to keep their sources safe and
first
and and talkative. They're
never really opinionated.
But
they don't have opinions.
No, and they shouldn't be. These are the types that need to drop the news.
And that's it.
I have never heard, though, in the defense of how they do their thing, I've never heard of a journalist, and I do think that Schefter would quantify himself as a journalist.
Oh, yes.
I've never heard of a journalist offering the story to the prospective source to edit and fix before it was published. And it's come to light that at some point back in about 2011, Schefter was writing a story regarding the lockout and all that was going on back then. And he called Bruce Allen, then a muckety-muck with the Washington Redskins, because that's what they were, offered him the story, said, hey, Mr. Editor, in quotes, which was probably facetious, but still we understand the situation. Take a look at this, edit appropriately, put in what you want, and get it back to me. I'm going to publish this story at 6 a.m. That is a little odd, though I don't think it's awful. I'm not sure if I find it awful or not.
It's not awful, but it's not. I don't think it's cool.
Do you feel like they're in cahoots?
It does tell me, and I guess to maintain your relationships, you do keep some stuff in the cupboard, but it was clearly a move to keep his relationship, to maintain his relationship with the Washington football team, which, I mean, that's a part of it, right? You're like the cool guy. You're like, hey, Adam, I can talk to you off the record. Everything's off the record except what you telling me that is on the record, but that's how you get their draft pick 3 minutes before they pick it. And that's why they call you first. And that's, I mean, in turn, you make a few $1 million a year for your family.
True. And
so I'd maintain that relationship.
Does he feel compromised to you? Do you trust Adam Schefter less today than you did before you heard it?
No. Because if Adam says it, then I feel safe putting it in my group text. Like, hey, Schefter just said this, so now I'm good. No, I mean, he's doing what he has to do. I would do the $2-3 million a year. I'd do the same thing. Like, hey, I'm going to break this story, but the GM took a few things out. No biggie. I still got the story. I still got my job.
I do. When you watch Schefter, of all of the whatever you call these guys, I don't know what to call them. What are they? What is Schefter and
he's an insider.
Insider of all the insiders.
That's the word.
He is the one that is always and consistently the most measured when he speaks. You can tell he is really parsing his words.
He's definitely the guy in school when the teacher said, I have to run an errand. I'm going to be gone for 5 minutes. Adam, you come up here and write names on the board of who acts bad. They're teachers' pets. Be clear, but I would be a teacher pet for a few million as well. But be clear, they're teachers' pets.
You can be bought.
Yes. These are teachers' pet. It is what it is. I mean, I've said it before. Like, you don't get the stuff these guys get without kissing a little butt, and there's nothing wrong with that. We got to do what we got to do to get ahead in this world. But let's call a spade a spade.
Yes, exactly.
He definitely brings, on Teacher Appreciation Day, he brings in the bouquet.
Very rarely do I. Exactly. He's got
nothing
the
wrong with it.
No.
Do your thing, Adam. But have you ever, and you've been in this business a long time, have you ever heard of that? And it's probably happened before. I don't think this is the first time.
I've never heard of a journalist giving the rough draft to the subject and saying, you edit it, you fill it in, I'm putting this out at 6. I've never heard of that.
So when the SI guy did the thing on Dak, you don't think he let Dak look over it first? I would think so, right? When you're doing a piece like that, I would think you give Dak like, okay, here's what I got. I would think.
I don't know. I because you're either coming into it like, I'm either writing a fluff piece or I'm writing a news piece.
Okay.
So I don't know what that story with Dak was. That fluff? Yeah, I'm sure. But if I'm trying to break some news and talk about his brother and talk about some other stuff, then I'm just going to write it and put it out there. Because I know once I start getting into some personal stuff, you're not going to like it.
Right.
And you'll come to me and say, I thought we were buds. Why are you writing about this? Well, I'd just soon ask for forgiveness than permission on those sits. But if it's a flush piece, heck, you can go write it. I don't care.
Like the guy that did the New England piece, he didn't send no rough draft.
I'm pretty sure they didn't ask Belichick.
He didn't ask for permission.
When did Tom let the air out of the ball? Or how often have you been a cheater, Bill? I don't think that actually came to play.
Right.
We're bearing the lead today after many, many years of being thought to be in space. Captain Kirk finally went.
That's crazy, right?
William Shatner at 90?
90.
went up in the West Texas blue sky and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origins, and for 14 glorious minutes, Captain Kirk was the fastest man alive. 90 years old in space. That's a good story. And the man was scared.
He was.
I'd have been scared too.
Yeah, it's different being on a Hollywood set than actually flying on a. What is this thing? It's a rocket. Is it a space?
Rocket.
It's a rocket. I'd be. So did Bezos get on with him? Because when I saw the piece, I went over to Ryman and I was watching it on television. Bezos had on the suit like he was going.
Oh, maybe he went back up. I don't know. I know he went the first time.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know.
Well, shoot, it's his plane. He can do a rocket, whatever the heck he wants to. Almost 600 people have been in space. And before today, 48 of them were private individuals who were not government employees. And Mr. Shatner is the oldest to ever go.
Is that something you would like to do one day?
I think we might see it a little bit more common. I think, the thing,
But would you if you could?
Yeah, I'd go. I would.
Really?
Absolutely, I would. Go to space, be weightless. I'd like to be able to do that once. What amazes me is how short this thing is, though. It's only from start to finish. We're talking 14 minutes.
That's fast.
Yeah.
That means that thing is hauling butt.
Straight up, lag, come right back down. I mean, I saw the Blue Origins capsule is pretty cool, but 14 minutes? Come on, man. I'm sprinting for $250,000. Let's take a lap.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
But check out the moon, Rob. What do you want to do?
Well, it's one of those things. I'd like to be, concerned that if I had to go to the bathroom, I'd be gone long enough to where it might become a problem. But if you're going to be back in 15, just hold on.
I would think if you're going up in the Blue Origin, it's kind of like having surgery. Don't eat, don't drink, because we're stuck. I think it's like surgery day. On surgery day, they say, don't eat anything, So I would think that's the case because you're going to have to go on your suit.
I would want to have an empty stomach because I don't want to have to fill up a little bag.
You don't want to fill up the bag, the vomit bag.
When I joined the Air National Guard way back when, I got to go up in an F-16, an F-4, excuse me. First, I went up in F-16.
It was scary, wasn't it?
It was my father was the pilot, which made it even more weird.
That would make me safe. That would make me feel safe.
Oh no, I felt safe, but my father intended to get me sick. Looking back in hindsight, the whole plan was to make me vomit. And yeah, it worked. It got me.
It's like that.
Oh, I was
Was it like 300 miles an hour, 400? I don't even know.
It's not so much the speed; it's the G's that you pull. Going up and down and getting sucked into the seat and turning upside down. Yeah, it gets bad when the air traffic control types say, Thompson, can you turn off your mic? Because of the growling.
Damn, your dad was a badass. He was a jet fighter and a lawyer. Your father was a badass. Damn.
Well, yeah.
John Wayne who?
He
Damn, your dad was a modern day John Wayne.
He was flying some jets for a long time down at the 182nd, the 149th Tactical Fighter Squadron on the 182nd.
He do VFW? You ever go down there and kick it with the guys?
Never really did. No.
Really?
No, my father, when he stopped flying, just hung up the keys and never got back in a plane. Okay. We always thought he'd buy a plane, but he was like, man, I flew jets forever. Why would I go? Yeah, what put in a prop plane? What exactly is that for me?
What does he want with that? It's going like 80. Can only go up 3,000 feet. What is your dad gonna do with that?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, anyway.
My father's got a Corvette as well. People see him, see this dude walking out of a car.
Has he thrown you the keys yet?
He's offered. I just never have driven it. It's one of those things, man. I'd like to look at it. I don't want to miss it.
You don't want to, yeah.
Like it's just.
Don't lie. You're scared you can't get out of it.
Well, there is that.
How tall is your pops?
Oh, he's not. He's
about your height.
No.
Oh, okay.
Smaller.
Okay.
I think about 6 feet.
Oh, okay.
6'1".
It's a long way down to the ground down there.
It looks like it's tough to get in and out for anybody. Even with me, like I got a gut, so like I can't imagine trying to get in
it's and out not so. I was gonna say it's not so much how tall I am; it's the width that
right.
The problem.
Same here. Well, you want to be a damn F1 driver? This is your practice.
No, I couldn't get in. See, I know full well that will never happen because I don't meet the height and weight requirements. The 5'5", 75-pound types that are racing cars. Hey, let's get you all caught up on the headlines. We know you're heading to go get those sandwiches for the office. So when you get back, you'll have something to talk about. It's time for the 411 and the 2.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
All right, a student paper has caused a ban at Oklahoma. According to a report from the OU student paper used binoculars from a public building to report that Caleb Williams was doing in practice with first-team reps. Got quotes from Spencer Rattler's dad, and Lincoln Riley has now apparently canceled all media availabilities.
Told you.
Is this so? Let's get to this, Rob. I'm gonna come to your expertise on this. Is this fair or foul journalism on this binocular OU student paper writer part? Is this fair or foul?
It's fair.
Right?
It's fair.
I mean, Jim Gray. I mean, who was that was hiding in the bushes?
Jim Gray.
It wasn't Gray. It was the guy that had the father-son tandem. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But people, and he got quotes from Spencer Rattler's dad. That's good. That's good work.
I'm pretty sure that OU has an indoor facility if they chose to use it and wanted to close off the practice from watchful eyes.
Now, if I work for the Oklahomian radio station and I can't go now because of this kid, I'm upset.
Yes.
Now I'm upset
Because you're just a rag local.
Right.
You're a kid newspaper. You're a training wheels.
He probably got a gig out of it.
I hope so. But the real story here is the
Williams.
controversy. What exactly is Lincoln going to do if Rattler gets benched? What's he going to do?
If Rattler gets benched, he's going to be at Ohio State in 2 years.
He'll be absolutely
He'll be
gone. He is a sophomore. Now, you can go pro after the end of your junior year of eligibility if you weren't redshirted. You can be a redshirt sophomore and go pro. If your class is a junior, you get to go pro. Did he redshirt? He did.
Yeah,
didn't he?
he's a redshirt.
So he'll be available to go pro.
I'd go hang out with Trent Dilfer, Carson Palmer, get ready for the draft.
Exactly. Go find it's the Palmer brothers. It's Jordan.
Jordan. I
is the
said
trainer.
Carson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
Jordan's the
My bad,
quarterback
my bad, my
whisperer.
bad.
Go find your guy, rehab your image, and go into the draft. He is still a upper half of the first round draft pick.
Yeah,
Even now.
Right. Depending on who, what order people pick in, he's still going top 10.
But the rag newspaper, I appreciate that, man. You
Dude.
ruined a bunch of people's day.
But it's only right Williams starts. Even
I
like
don't
again,
know how you
Herb
don't.
Street said it during the game. He was like, it is interesting watching how his teammates have reacted to him when he came to the sideline. They tolerate Rattler because he's talented. They like Williams. That was evident.
But you've got to be really careful, Lincoln Riley, because it does feel like if you do go with the change, because the fan base had already turned on Spencer Rattler even before the game. It happened
booing him in West
in
Virginia.
the West Virginia
Right.
game, that you're listening pretty close to your fans instead of what's going on in the team. That's what it might appear like. But if your team is 100% behind this freshman, or at least 51% behind, you can't not start the kid.
Right.
Moving along.
Headline 1.
Ex-NBA star J.R. Smith stung by hornets. The 36-year-old two-time NBA champ freshman walk-on was literally stung by hornets while completing his round on Tuesday for North Carolina A&T on the second day of Elon Phoenix's Invitational. Quote, to get stung on the basketball court or in an arena never happens. That's one of the very few things that you don't have to worry about in basketball. Other animals. When I got stung, I was like, no way, end quote, Smith. The Hornets just added to the sting of Smith's birdie list round of 8 over par 79.
Dude, after I get stung by a wasp on my pinky, I'm withdrawing. Hornets are different. Hornets are more violent. Okay, this isn't the regular sting you get out the way. Hornets, they come at you and they continue to attack. I watch too much National Geographic. I love National Geographic. And he finished the round. No wonder my guy shot 8 over. But he must not know. He must never heard of Manu Ginobili.
I was going to say,
Manu killed a bat.
we're dealing with bats down here.
Okay. Yeah, you do have to worry about animals in the arena if you play in San Antonio.
So he
But props
stepped,
to him for
he stepped on a hornet hive or something like that?
Well,
stepped
he
on
hit
it?
one in the poop.
Oh, there we
He
go.
was over there by the trees, and the Hornets were like, "Bro,
Back up.
keep your drive straight. Get off my lawn."
Do we have video of him like running?
Yes.
Oh, good. That's what we need to see. 'Cause
Yeah, they were on him. Hornets attack.
you see people being attacked by bugs. You're like, crazy or insects? You know, like, why is this
Right.
person acting like this?
No,
I'm looking at the video now. They came at him.
Yeah, see, it looked like I thought it was fire ants because they went at his ankles.
Dude. Okay, now that explains a lot.
Come on.
Because he ended up like next to last. I mean, like we said when we first heard this, I'm happier there. I'm happier to walk on. I would like to think that the rest of your North Carolina A&T golf team is the best dressed, best equipped, best bus to, best party bus back, best night at the club after that J.R. Smith can afford.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing Wendy's. They better not be doing Wendy's with J.R. Smith on the bus.
Because look what Michael did with the Birmingham Barons.
Did he
showed
take
up
care of them?
Baron gifts, bought him a big, beautiful bus, did everything he could to make sure his life was as luxurious as he was.
I was going to
used
say,
to.
was that for him or for them?
Well, they got to go along for the ride. He didn't have his own vehicle. So, JR, help the team out. Because if you're not going to go in for the wins, you're going to have to come in for the swag.
I bet the Barons still have that same bus.
Probably. And if they're not driving it,
tune-ups.
this is the bus that Michael rode in. $8 to go walk through it. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's like a museum there in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Come on, JR. Let's get yourself into the traveling day. Let's see if you can make the cut next week. Moving along.
Headline 0.
Tua Tagovailoa is expected to practice today. Tua reportedly threw well on Monday, and the Dolphins are hopeful he can start Sunday against the Jaguars. They have gone 0-4 since he fractured his ribs in Week 2. It includes blowout losses to the Bills and Buccaneers. The gym Tua trains at has actually tweeted, "Quit," end quote, quote, "quit. The coach is even hard to talk to. How much harder do you think it is to play for? Child, please," end quote, in reference to tweets about Tua coming back to a team that quit on her coach while fighting for his job in that loss to the Buccaneers. Wide receiver Will Fuller and former Dolphins running back Jordan Scarlett also train at Preform, where the tweet has since been deleted.
I don't care about anything Will Fuller has to say. Will, you can shut up and sit
I
down
don't care about Will. But this is the thing, Rob. You hadn't won that locker room, okay? He hadn't won that locker room over, right?
Tua?
Right.
Okay.
He hadn't won that locker room over. As silly as it is, it's silly, it's stupid. You have to distance from those comments because you have to go back in that locker room and face God. Because right now, if you don't distance from it, you agree with it.
Right.
And you're going in there telling a bunch of veterans that they quit. In a locker room that really don't know if you're that guy, that in a locker room where if they took a blind vote, they'd beg to get Deshaun Watson. In a locker room that thought Ryan Fitzpatrick last year should have been the guy the entire season. He has to distance from these comments. As silly as it is, he needs to distance from it.
Now, they have not won a game since he broke the ribs, right? They've gone winless. And in this last 3 weeks, we're at 3 weeks now? 4 weeks. Brian Flores went from a good-looking prospect of a young coach. You know what I mean? They beat New England in week 1. Tua was acceptable to now I can't understand him and I can't play for him and the team quit.
Hey, no politics. Obama in 08 and Obama in 2016 look like two different people. That's what Flores is going through. Flores is aged 20 years in 4 weeks.
If he doesn't, I'm telling you, if Tua does not, first of all, Brian Flores is
not
him. Quite Nagy, dead man walking, but this don't look
Rob.
good. The one thing as an owner I cannot abide by is if even there is an inkling of a team quitting on you, where the communication has gotten to the point where they don't even care. That's when I start thinking about changing horses. If that's true, Flores is in trouble, or the guys that aren't playing are in trouble, one or the other. And if you're that bad, it's easy to excise that kind of stuff. The prescription is available to everybody.
Yeah, he's in Houston sitting at a massage table doing nothing.
It is time. It is time for Miami to up their offer. It is time for Houston to lower their expectations. It is time for the well-being of the league for this to finally happen. Especially if Tua walks in and sucks it up this weekend or when he finally gets on and is healthy enough.
Because the new and improved Roger Goodell does not make decisions before all the facts have come out. 4 or 5 years ago, Goodell would have been suspended Watson, but I think he feels like he's made mistakes in the past with Zeke, maybe with Tom Brady. And he's like, you know what, I might jump the gun. This new Goodell, and we all change over time, is like, you know what, I'm not going to put him on the exempt list just yet. What if it comes out and everyone's lying?
Right.
So pull the trigger, Miami, because it's ugly up there.
Get it done. The league will be better.
They were
You
10-6
will be
last year.
Yes, you will be better off. You will feel better. The food will taste better.
The beaches?
The beaches are nice.
Oh, South Beach.
Tua, they'll love you in Houston.
I miss you, South Beach.
Coley seems like the kind of guy you'd want to play for.
No, he doesn't.
Although young rookie has really played pretty well. It's hard to say they need to go get a quarterback because Davis can play. This guy was accurate. He put some numbers up that were unheard of for a rookie last week.
Yeah.
Oh, Vanilla.
Good stuff, bud.
That's the 411 and a 210.
Yesterday, we heard from Jerry on his weekly. Let's catch up on some things when we get back. Jerry speaks to a sideline pylon camera that almost put out his number one running back. What's going on at center? And Terrence Steele. Guy's done a good job. The owner has noticed. We're going to hear from Jerry as we look at the Dallas Cowboys as they prep for a New England Patriot team as they hit the road. They haven't beat the Patriots in like 20 years.
Feels that way. Well, Tom's not there now.
That's the difference, right? In prep for a rematch. What was the last time we played them? Was it 2 years ago? We were talking earlier. That was the end of the Jason game. We knew it was over when they lost up in New England a couple years ago. Talking Dallas Cowboys next. We want you to hang with us here on Halftime. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. We're talking football. First, Thursday night football gets going tomorrow night, of course, and the NBA's around the corner. It's time for my sports bettors to listen up. Let me tell you about my favorite sports book, my only sports book, that's BetUS. I only endorse one sports book, always have, and it's been BetUS. They've been around for 25 years. That tells you one thing. They pay when they're supposed to pay. When you win, you get paid. You need to know that, and I'm here to tell you that it does. You need a sportsbook that also offers everything you're looking to lay money on. MMA, horses, esports, golf, props, in-game betting, casino play, all right there at BetUS. Easy to sign up. I recommend calling 1-800-79-BET-US. 1-800-79-BET-US. Let them do the typing, you do the talking. You'll be done in under 5 minutes. Get it all set up so you can start playing tonight. Nobody in the industry gives you bigger bonuses than BetUS. Here's some proof. You'd call them today and mention KZDC. That's us. You'll get up to 200% in bonuses right here on your first deposit. Consider that. That's free money. You might be with another book. You might be with an app, whatever it might be. Stay there. I'm not saying leave. I'm saying give BetUS a chance. Let them earn your business, and they will. That's how they got me. Join BetUS today. It is so easy to get started. Start betting tonight at America's favorite sports book. That's BetUS.com. Remember KZDC for that great bonus. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Get the latest scores from all varsity sports and all the schools in the 210 anytime at 210varsity.com. Sponsored by the San Antonio Express News. While you're at the game on Friday nights, upload photos and videos to your school's page.
No way.
Plus, check out game schedules and more. 210varsity.com. From the Express News and San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. Whether your home is a new build or an older home, Alamo Water Softeners has a water treatment bundle with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment available. Choose from several bundles, including the Premier Whole Home Bundle. Get a free standard gas or electric water heater when you purchase a select top-of-the-line water softener, plus one filter and reverse osmosis system. Go to AlamoWaterSofteners.com. That's AlamoWaterSofteners.com.
Ad paid for by CompleteCar.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to the COVID crisis, we are announcing a low-cost extended service plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay nothing for auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay nothing for auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-549-1980. $19.85 now. Drivers who are covered by this auto protection will not have to pay for a covered repair bill again. This auto coverage is at an all-time low, much lower than what dealerships are charging. Additionally, drivers who activate this auto coverage today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and free rental car at no additional cost. Call for your free quick quote today. 800-549-1985. 800-549-1985. What do you have to lose? Again, 800-549-1985.
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it'd be too difficult or take too much time? Then try Babbel. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel teaches you conversations that you will actually use. With 14 languages and lesson topics like travel, business, relationships, and more, you'll learn what matters most to you. Babbel. Language for life. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Today on Hey Culligan's Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener, here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yup, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
If you're worried about your borderline blood pressure, hear how others are taking charge with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula.
Garlic works safely and naturally to support my blood pressure.
Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula has a custom blend of garlic, vitamins, and minerals, so you know it works.
No garlic taste, no garlic breath.
Take charge of your blood pressure with Garlic Healthy Blood Pressure Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Red 80! Broadcasting live from the 50-yard line. San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Halftime. Carl Schoening not in today. In fact, he'll be out for a week or two. Other duties. He has been assigned a top secret task.
We call it G14 classified,
It is
like
G14.
rush hour.
I'd like to tell you all, but we'd have to kill you. Carl's not gone anywhere. Everything's good, but Carl is working on a top secret special project that you'll all benefit from when it's complete. Right now, I'd like to thank Rudy for sitting in with me today.
Yes, sir.
We're pulling the double shift.
Bro, this is like who did I do? Antonian had I did Antonian game. They had like 6 guys playing both sides.
Is this an Antonian football game?
It was just Harlandale.
Antonian Harlandale?
Yeah. They had like 6 guys playing both ways. I was like, dang. So we playing
Iron
both
Men.
ways. You play both ways every day.
There was a time that was pretty common.
Yeah.
You were just kind of expected to go both ways.
Yeah.
In high school.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
You
That back
had
in the
to.
day was because we didn't have 80 people trying out. Yeah, like
I was never asked to go.
Were you line, tight end, receiver?
Well, the
what were
last
you?
time I was on the football field, it was the beginning of my freshman year in high school, and I really fashioned myself as an outside linebacker.
Oh, okay.
I was not.
That Oklahoma drill make you take
That
up
Oklahoma
basketball?
drill did exactly what it was supposed to do. Sent me to the gym and air conditioning and hardwood floors.
First of all, that drill, and to now that what we know, that drill should have never existed.
Oh gosh, it was child abuse, man.
Yeah, that drill should have never existed. And now that we know about CTE and that it's real, that drill should have never existed.
The other thing that needs to go away, we used to have those fire out. They were like metal monkey bars, and they were boxes of this, so that there was a metal bar that went like just above where if you were in your 3-point stance, if you raised your head up, your helmet would hit that metal bar. That induced more concussions around. You lifted your head just a bit, and bing, I can still feel that vibrating between my ears. Jerry did his normal Tuesday go through the car wash, talk about his team. And when you are playing as well as you are, Jerry is very effusive about things that ordinarily wouldn't have been asked. But there are some important questions to get to with Jerry. And most important thing I do think that needs to be addressed as far as what's going on the field is the offensive line, which has been really good considering. But there are 2 issues. One, La'el Collins, this is a good thing. He will eventually come back, though his appeal to come back from allegedly trying to bribe a urine tester and avoid testing all in total, quite frankly, during some COVID times. He got suspended. We don't know that story. But then there's also how has Terrence Steele played? And the question for those that have been watching pretty consistently on the offensive line is Tyler Biadasz has been a little bit of a slow develop. He hasn't been everything we would have liked to have seen to start the year.
He gets pushed in Dak's lap 4 or 5 times a game.
And you combine that
in his lap
with just the ability to snap the ball. There have been some snap issues. Jerry spoke to that.
Yeah. But it's a tough play. If you look at it, it's probably the exchange. I know you've heard this, but the exchange is the one that's the most commonly taken for granted, and it's really a serious part of how to win, how to be successful, and so we've got to continue to make sure that exchange is as natural as Dak can make it in the center. So I'm not worried about it, but it's certainly something that you realize you shouldn't take for granted.
It's just a hard thing to do, guys.
Well, it is. I know you. I think it is, Pledge. I'm being serious. I think that's to one, snap it on time, hear everything Dak is saying, and then block. It's a tough gig.
And well, he doesn't have to call the blocks out. That's Zach's handling that to his right. But that, and you mentioned the other thing. I mean, not only you're having to snap on time, on target, the same way every time, but you're also having to get up and block some of the biggest dudes that know, quite frankly, you're the weak link on this offensive line. So he's had the double deal of getting there. What would you do? I mean, I know that the offensive line is effective. Zeke is top 4 in rushing. Pollard's like number 6. We got 2 running backs in the top 10 in rushing in the NFL. They are moving the ball on the offensive line 7 yards a clip, man. This is working. The pass game has been pretty good. Not too many sacks.
In anything in life, let's say you've been doing something, let's say you decide to go a new way to work and you find out that that's 10 minutes faster. Let's say you find out a way to lose weight faster and that's working. Let's say you find out a better way of eating and that's working. In any walk of life, when something is working, you don't change it. What they're doing is working. It sounds so cliche, but it's true. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
But it could get better, Rudy. We could do better.
No, you're 4-1, and in a lot of people's eyes, you've played, 5 really good games. Tampa, 1 got away from you for field goal kicking, right? I don't know why you change. It's just the same thing I said with Lincoln Riley. Like, you played 2.5 quarters of your best football with the freshmen. What are we changing? Lyle, you come into it. You in the NFL, you can lose your job to injury. It's happened many a times. And not only that, Lyle, like, man, I don't even know. You're a little weird. You're a little weird, bro. You're bribing the P guy. I don't know if I could trust you.
Well, let's talk about Leal. So Leal is going to come off suspension, whether we like it or not, here in a couple of weeks.
Right.
And Terrence Steele, bless his heart, and I would say that in the best possible connotation, was thrown into the fire, forced here, and everybody was watching him for 2 weeks like, this is going to be a problem. We know Dak can at least see the guy that's going to beat you.
Right.
And you're not a left tackle, but it's going to be a problem. And Steele has performed exceptionally well. What should happen next? Well, Jerry spoke to that as well.
Is he an argument, I guess, I guess that's okay to say an argument, a case, whatever. Boy, has he. He's just played outstanding, and he's shown me that he's got a long-term future in this game and this game with the Cowboys. So he's played outstanding, relatively speaking. Now that doesn't mean that Lyle Collins is any less of a player. Lyle Collins is a significant player, a member of the team. And so this just gives us what you hope for, and that is a young player ascending and gives us depth and gives us, if you will, an alternative. All of that's there.
All right.
So basically, Jerry didn't tell us anything. He should have just said, that's for Mike to decide.
No,
if you weren't going to tell us anything.
You're the GM, Jerry. You can say whatever you want. You're the GM. You're signing the checks. Now let's look at previous history here. Jalen Smith was a favorite, played up, got himself healthy, got paid. The moment he didn't play to his contract, they started looking at him sideways. The moment. Now, La'el Collins is in the same position, but only slightly. Back in 2019, he signed a big old contract, an extension, $50 million with $35 million guaranteed. It also helped him salary cap-wise, but he did get a big old amount of money. And the key, we talk about it a lot. The key to the Super Bowl is rookie or first contracts. That's the key to the Super Bowl. If Terrence Steele can do 75% of what La'el Collins can do for 10% of the cost,
La'el comes a cap casualty.
I'm not saying it's imminent, but if you're looking for where money is going to come from or where the Cowboys will change next year, La'el Collins might be a place to look.
Running game's been as good as it's been in 2-3 years. Dak is upright. Dak has time. How is this even a debate? Should La'el get his job back? And not only that, you've let your team down again by skipping your P test. And then when you did show up, you showed up with a brown paper bag full of ones. It's weird, and it's not broken. It's fine the way it is. If again, the only thing we should be talking about is the center. That's legit.
Right.
That's legit. Terrence Steele, I don't get what we're talking about, other than the fact that, well, La'el, it was his job. Well, you move, you lose, right? Isn't that what you said at the picnic, at the barbecue? You get up, go to the restroom, you come back, somebody's in your
Somebody
seat.
got your spot. Sorry.
You move, you lose.
Now, remember, too, since he got paid, on his way to training camp last year, got in a car accident, had hip surgery, missed the entire season. Coming into this season, there was a question about whether he'd be available for game one. And then shortly after playing, is diagnosed with that suspension.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's had his issues even getting on the field since signing that contract.
But I do not want to denigrate for 1 second what he's worth when healthy. I mean, he is a legitimate, one of the better right tackles in the NFL.
Okay.
I don't think we should take away from his skill set. This guy would have probably been a top 10 pick back in 15, but like you were saying, there's something about La'el that attracts problems, that attracts issues. There's some people are just magnets for it. He was implicated in a murder thing. And it turned out he had nothing to do with it, but
nothing.
When you hang around,
a first round pick if not for that.
Oh, yes, a high draft pick coming out of that LSU. So there is a history there, and it might be his fault, it might not be. But when some of the things that you've done, some of the ways you've been implicated in other situations tells me that I can't 100% go in on you. I can't really rely on the fact that no matter what you got, you will be here for whatever reason you'll be here. So I just do think that Jalen Smith is a cautionary tale. When you get paid a lot is expected, and he's not available.
I ain't saying ability. It's a rich people problem. This is a classic Rob RPP.
It is indeed an RPP. But Jerry moves on, and this is the question that both Rudy and I talked about. The first thing that we saw each other on Monday morning was, did you see Zeke land on that pylon? That was, first of all, it was terrifying because you never want to see your running back writhing in pain.
That wasn't a pylon, Rob. That was a cinder block.
Whatever it was, he hit it.
Cinder block.
And the Cowboys also noticed it, so they sent a little word up to the league office regarding.
Well, with the care that the NFL has with not having, let's say, risky things on that field, and boy, do they monitor that closely. It really is surprising to me that there's anything out there that would create that. I think it's more likely to go in the category of rare. I would even venture to guess, and I'm totally guessing, they may never have had that type of instance. So it's until further notice, and I haven't had any data on it yesterday, but I would say they've got it pretty safe. It's just a rare case when his accident happened.
Yeah, that's the age-old question. Like, when New Orleans got jobbed with the pass interference, you start doing pass interference review for one team.
Right.
Something that works, it helps. Something that helps us to make sure first downs are made or not made. Do we want to rid that because of one guy, because of one freak incident. Now, if it becomes a problem, a reoccurring problem, then let's look at it. But for one guy, even though that one guy is on the most expensive franchise in all of the world, I don't know if you do that.
If it happens once, it'll happen again. That is a fair statement. Now, I don't know when it'll happen again. It might be 100 years, but if it's happened once, it'll happen again. And can we even begin to consider that you have something on the sidelines to making a judgment call easier that could literally end a career? It's a no-brainer. Move the damn thing. Move the damn thing.
Well, the coaches, cheerleaders, trainers are just as they're people
a little
hurt
softer.
too.
They're a little softer when you land on them.
I don't think you care if this was Alvin Kamara. I think you care because this is Zeke.
I care because, you know what? I was hurt from something on a sideline one time. I thought that I was hit by a megaphone from a cheerleader. I thought that
what
happened.
Was it?
It was I'd blown my knee out. But you know, sometimes you leave a court and there are things that just shouldn't be there. That just shouldn't be there. We can find a better way. There's got to be something easier than if a player lands on it, at least for 5 seconds, 10, 15 seconds. He felt like he stubbed his toe on the couch leg.
It's a hard camera. Well, it's a camera protected by something that's very hard that Zeke found out.
I think there's an easier way to figure out where the first down line is. The pylon cam. And if it was Kamara, if it was you, I would still say the same thing. We could probably do it better.
Say it if it's me.
Well,
damn it,
you're not a short yardage back. We're sitting you deep, man. We can use the eye in the sky on this one. You're gonna be wide open.
I'm more of a fullback. I'm more of a fullback.
You're the Lorenzo Neal.
Yeah, I'm was it the Nigerian nightmare?
Okoye?
Yeah,
Christian Okoye.
I'm a Christian Okoye. Got about 2 good seasons in me. That's about it.
But I would complain just the same if it was you, Rudy.
But if I spent 50, 60 million on somebody, I'm complaining as well.
My question becomes, when did this become a thing?
It is new. I didn't realize we had this.
I haven't noticed
You haven't noticed
this
it? I've noticed it.
I knew it was on the end zone. I didn't know it was at every down marker.
I've noticed it. I've noticed it. But they move it every time. So who's in charge of moving it? Now that's what I have. I know the guys that move the chains. I haven't seen the guy that moves the camera box.
Just a dad from the stadium.
I know, right? You know how you be at your son's game, like, who wants to take score?
Dude, I get real skinny.
Who wants to come take score?
I hide. And you always know, for those of parents that have been around, you can see the coach go over to the scoring table or whatever it might be at half midfield of a football game, going to the umps in the dugout, and you see your coach stand up and start looking at the fans in the stands.
I look down.
Run, because you're about to be put to work.
If you make eye contact, you got to go.
I found out your motivation for going to see Dr. Torres every month.
Dude, just
have somebody ask Rob, hey, any parents up in the stand? Get skinny.
I get real skinny, get invisible. Because don't look at me. I hate that.
Me too.
Especially when you pay for it, like you're paying money to go play, and then the parents are paying money to go watch. You pay money and you walk in and go, hey, can you go keep the book?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that was the worst.
No, not going to do that.
And if they ask you, you can't say no.
No, you can't say no.
Then you're the horrible parent.
And then once you just do it amenably, the coach just starts looking for you.
Yeah.
No, I just disappear.
Yeah, I'm going to pay attention I want to see the guy who's moving the camera box, the first down box.
It's the same kind of, the dudes that do the chains.
Or do they still have chains now that they have the box? I now don't know if I've seen the chains.
You have to, so you can take it out there and stretch it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Get it going. That's never going to go
the
anywhere.
Chains are still there. But
that's a job that I would always volunteer for.
You like the chain?
Yeah, I don't mind the chains. Because you're right there. You can see the game. Hear the coaching.
True.
Especially when you're on the other side, you can hear what the other team's talking about.
NFL's so cheap. They probably pay $25 a game for the chain.
Oh, yeah, for the privilege.
Yeah, like you get to see an NFL game.
When in the 1 o'clock hour, we're going to look closely at the Astros. J.R. Smith is a hornet-bitten golfer. The NBA continues, and Kyrie will be the topic of conversation on the other side of the 8 o'clock. He can't play. He has a reason now. And it's not about him. There's more to it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it. Thanks for hanging with us. This is Halftime, and you're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, UTSA. UTSA at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The Houston Astros are American League Championship Series bound after a 10-1 victory to defeat the Chicago White Sox in the divisional series. Jose Altuve scored 4 runs, had 3 RBIs, and went 3 of 5 from the plate to help the Astros to a Game 4 win. The Astros move on to play the Boston Red Sox. That series gets going Friday night with the 7:07 first pitch. A federal judge has denied a request by Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman La'el Collins for an injection that would have halted his 5-game suspension with 1 game remaining. Collins will be eligible to return after the Dallas bye week for a Halloween matchup against the Vikings. And in UTSA football, the Roadrunners add a home-and-home series against Air Force for a 2028 matchup in San Antonio and a 2032 game on the road at Air Force. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
Rock the Mic is back at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. Do you have what it takes to jump on the air with us at San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM? How well do you know your sports? Do you think you can hang with our team? Now's your chance. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar wants to see what you got. Tune in for more details to San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM, because Rock the Mic is coming to a Slackers near you.
O'Reilly! O'Reilly Auto Parts specializes in keeping your car on the road. Not sure how much life is left in your battery? Our professional parts people will test it for free. If it does need to be replaced, we'll help you find just the right one to fit your car. Our Superstar batteries are built to handle even the toughest conditions. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Don't go through the fall months with that joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative Solutions are here bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. QC Kinetics uses natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. Listen, you don't have to live with that chronic pain, and don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC Kinetics. Now it's time to see what this is all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to the fullest. Act now. Restorative, regenerative therapies are available here, and the in-office consultation is free. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Napa know-how.
At Napa, we've teamed up with AAA to save you 20% online or in store. That's why they call us the Savings Dream Team. Okay, we're the only ones calling us that. But it's true. Your AAA membership can save you 20% at Napa. So we're basically superheroes with the most specific power ever, saving you 20%. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
20% off regular retail prices with valid AAA membership card. Offer good online and participating stores. Offer ends 10/31/21.
Big news from Simply Safe Home Security. Okay. Actually, I think the horns are too much. That's better. Big news. The new wireless outdoor security camera is here. Yes, Simply Safe's award-winning home security just got even better, taking whole home protection to a whole new level. Okay, I'm missing the horns. Simply Safe is celebrating this new camera by offering free shipping for a limited time. Visit simplysafe.com today.
Blake Stevens with San Antonio-based GPS of Texas. If you have commercial vehicles on the road, you're a target for personal injury lawyers. I mean, you're wearing a bullseye. Our system can protect you if there is an accident with proof of speed, video monitoring, even proof that your driver wasn't on his phone. Don't get hammered. Have real proof that you weren't at fault by installing our GPS camera tracking system. Call GPS of Texas at 210-587-7634 or gpsoftexas.com.
What does Airtron provide its employees? Stability, security, a sense of satisfaction at the end of each day. Airtron has immediate openings for HVAC service technicians and installers. Are you skilled with your hands? Do you have a high school diploma or equivalent? Have you attended tech school? Are you a self-starter who pays attention to detail but also enjoys being part of a winning team? If yes, apply today. Go online to airtronsa.com for employment opportunities. That's airtronsa.com. This opportunity is knocking.
This is the place where time stands still. With each down, there's a battle of inches.
How about 83 yards from Prescott to Elliott?
This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Opinions. We got them. Keep them coming. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Prince or Michael? Dude, that was the debate yesterday.
I had 100 comments on Facebook yesterday for that.
And I believe
Prince won.
I don't think so, man. I was judging the crowd. I think Michael won. I do. I think that there are more Michael fans out there than Prince. It was close.
A lot of people were saying like Prince did everything, whether instrumentation, writing, like the whole nine. Prince was more of a musician. Mike had Quincy and other people, but when you watch Mike's story, like people would tell you, like he couldn't play it, but he could tell you, he could hear and tell you exactly how he wanted it to sound. But Prince could just do it himself,
and that's worthy. I mean, I'll give him credit for that. That's not why I love Prince. I was a bigger Prince fan. I just always
like
felt
Prince music.
Yeah, it was just a little bit edgier. I didn't care who played it. You know what I mean? Just a little bit further out
more
there.
edgy. Yeah.
And he wasn't a.
But I didn't think it was going to get 100 comments.
No, it really did take off, but it's true. There is a definite divide. Most people look at this, and there wasn't a think, like a second to ponder, like which one. No, you knew as soon as you read. Oh yeah, I was on this side of the fence or the other. Hey, we're starting our Rock the Mic contest next week. For those of you who are unaware of what Rock the Mic is, it is your opportunity to become a sports talk radio host. How do you do that, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. Starting next week, starting on Monday, you can start offering us your sports take. You can upload a video of yourself over at sasportstar.com being a talk radio host. All I can say is act as if. You want to be like Stephen A? Be like Stephen A. We'll fix that later. But what we're looking for... but quite frankly...
I know what you mean,
yeah,
though.
But bring an attitude is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Act as if. Act like you've been here before. Bring a hot take, act like you're hosting a radio show, whatever it might be. You can submit a video. And from that point on, it's going to be up to you initially. Go find some votes. Call your friends, you call your family, start getting people watching, and the votes will be the separator. Now, we start next week with our video submissions. You can do that, or you can offer live submission, and that first opportunity will be Wednesday, November the 3rd, not very far away. All the dates, all the things that you're going to need are going to be at sasportstar.com. But we're so excited about Rock the Mic. I can't pat myself or everybody else around here on the back more because we find talent. It's a search for talent. And every year, 5 years now, we have found the talent. Are you the next? Go to sasportstar.com to find out for sure. And we will know before Christmas who's going to be the next.
I get so over the years, 15, 16 years on radio, you don't know how many DMs I've received. What can I do? How can I get started? But stop asking me. Shoot your shot.
This is it.
Shoot your shot. You never know where this is going to go.
Because used to, you could get into radio working overnights and taking crap shifts and just, coming in on the promotions crew and hoping somebody on the talent side gets sick and being there at the right time. That's how you got into radio.
Yeah.
Well, that's a dumb way to get into it. We will give you the opportunity. Prove it. Prove it. Put it on video. Prove it. You've told me how dumb I am. You've told Rudy how great he is. So you can come sit
I
next
get
to
both.
him. It is not as easy as it looks, but it's a lot easier than you think, if that makes any sense.
Hey, and you don't even have to be a winner. Brandon Medina,
Brandon.
Dario Davis, like people that have been in the Final Four that still have been on the air.
We need the
Good
talent.
point.
So bring it up. This is one of those things that as a program director, I thoroughly enjoy.
Because I don't think you can do your job and not like get a rush from seeing new talent that you didn't know existed.
Yeah. And watching it grow and developing it, and having people that sound like the city we're in.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking for.
Amen.
And if you're hearing me right now, you're from here. So start on Monday. Enter early, enter often. Give us a video. Come out and see us when we're raveling around the Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar. The dates and locales all at sasportsstars.com. When we come back, Kyrie is in the news. Still not playing, but his reason might be a little bit more defined. The Astros are headed toward the ALCS for a remarkable 5th consecutive time. We'll get into there looking at the NFL as well. Man, we're going to have some fun in the next hour. We're giving away some tickets to a movie that's getting started. What's it called? The Last Duel. Are you a Francophile? You into French history period pieces? You want to go see Ben Affleck with blonde curly hair? There's lots of reasons to go.
Is this one of those where every word ends in TH?
Oh, yeah.
I worketh
for sure that is.
Is every word end in TH?
There is.
Why did they talk like that?
Because they had a lisp. I don't know, but you're right. It's like first couple of books of the Bible with all the begats. Can we just list them? Okay.
Whatever, dude. Let's get out of here.
He wanteth to cometh over.
Yeah.
Rooteth and Roberth. When we come back, let's talk some
sport this.
Sport.
Kyrie,
hold on, man. I got to get out of this segment for
vaxeth.
I
shall vax.
It's getting weird.
Thou shalt not vaxeth. Thou shalt not hoopeth.
So saith, so let it be done. You're on San Antonio
Caesar.
Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The Dallas Cowboys live here all season long. Every snap.
I love it.
Every catch.
Let's go have a day, huh?
Every touchdown. Plus, we'll give you the complete breakdown and preview of every game from our experts. Dallas Cowboys insiders and head coach Mike McCarthy. We're all fans.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hear the call from Brad Sham and the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. Whether your home is a new build or an older home, Alamo Water Softeners has a water treatment bundle with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment available. Choose from several bundles, including the Premier Whole Home Bundle. Get a free standard gas or electric water heater when you purchase a select top-of-the-line water softener, plus 1 filter and reverse osmosis system. Go to AlamoWaterSofteners.com. That's AlamoWaterSofteners.com. If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Your source to local news and sports in San Antonio begins with the San Antonio Express News. We've collected, written, and shown the stories that matter most to San Antonio. Look no further than the San Antonio Express News to continue to provide information and strength to the community. Whether it's on the field or on a court, we provide the ground local coverage. Go to expressnews.com for the most up-to-date high school and college sports coverage. Subscribe today at expressnews.com.
My name is Josephine. About 9 years ago, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. I suffered from digestive issues and had pain all over my body. I was always tired. I was pre-diabetic with hypertension. I thought this is how I'd live the rest of my life. Doctors would prescribe medicine and send me home, but nothing helped. Then I saw an interview with Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. I called for a free evaluation and immediately realized I have found the answer. After being on Dr. Torres' program, my pain went away, my body went through good changes, and I had tons of energy. Even my mindset changed. I have a life again. I've lost 70 pounds, went from a size 18 jeans to a size 7. I no longer take medication. I've learned to manage my fibromyalgia, and my digestive issues have vanished. I feel great. Dr. Torres has changed my life.
I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. Call me for your free consultation, 468-1891, 468-1891.
The IRS is ramping up collection, and if you owe back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, listen carefully. Before it's too late, check your eligibility for the Fresh Start program still offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax problems. Call our special hotline number now and find out in minutes if you qualify for these life-changing debt reduction programs. Business or personal, if you're in a payment plan with no end in sight, have unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to know your options, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief and stop collections immediately. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau with a 5-star rating from Yelp, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. Call their hotline number now, 800-491-8606. That's 800-491-8606. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-491-8606 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm going to let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson. Carl Schoening. Halftime.
Halftime. I'm Rob Thompson. Carl Schoening on special assignment. Will return post-haste. He's doing important work. Just 14 kind of
There
stuff.
you go. There we go.
He's Rudy J sitting in his stead. Mike Jimenez, a Rock the Mic champ in his own right, will be sitting in on Thursday and Friday with me.
See? It's not just blowing smoke.
No, we are looking for someone. We are looking. There's lots of stuff to do. At the very least, now, like I said, we have an unblemished record. We found lots for the talented to do. But at the very least, you'll get 4 times on the air, no matter what. And that's enough to start a audition tape. Those in the business know how important that is. And a chance to learn your chops. This hour, we'll look at Kyrie and hit the situation he and the NBA find themselves. The Spurs continue to effort toward a week from today. The regular season will begin with 2 guys on their roster that probably will not be when we come to next Wednesday.
They play tonight.
They do. They do. It's a scrimmage,
right?
And it's free. So tonight is 7:00 down to the AT&T. For those that don't have the opportunity, and certainly finances and going to a modern professional sports game is not that cheap, this is free. It's a chance to go down and see your favorite team, see them go off on a scrimmage, and it's a very personal thing. I really recommend it. If you've never been to the silver and black scrimmage, it doesn't feel like a game, though it's treated like a game. They're going to split them up, let them go run. The dunks get a little bit more flamboyant. The cheering gets a little bit more raucous. They have fun. They feed off you. You'll feed off them. It is a good go. It really is. I still cannot believe that we're already in the basketball season.
Yeah, it literally feels like Giannis was just at the parade.
Like last week,
right?
It certainly feels that
for
way.
us, you got baseball.
Isn't he still in line at Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I know. Baseball, football, NFL, NHL. This is the best time of the year.
It's the golden hour.
Yes,
for the next couple of weeks. We enter the golden hour as the beloved Astros have made it to the ALCS. 10-1 yesterday. You know, of course, from now on, whenever the Astros travel and they go to their opponent's stadium and their batting average drops just a bit, their OPH goes down just a bit. You were cheating at home. You got on the road. You can't cheat. Nobody got a garbage can.
And then they dropped 10 on the Sox.
Mad respect there. And you know, while we can't quantify what the Astros are doing as a dynasty, even if they won another one, I wouldn't call it a dynasty. But it is one of the more miraculous runs over the last 25 years.
Run. It's a great run.
And to really put that into the dynasty level, they're going to have to get another one. But to get another one, the problem with being a team chock full of talent is eventually all this talent wants to get paid. Correa is headed in that direction.
He hit him with the Dame. He hit the GM with the Dame time last night on his watch. Like, yo, he said, it's my time. I was like, oh, he's talking about direct deposits. He's not talking about timely hits. He's been in the World Series.
And
he's talking about direct deposits.
He knew when he turned on that first, it was in the fourth inning. They were down 1-0. Bases were loaded.
Yes.
He knew when he turned on that, it was my time. Let's hear from Mr. Correa postgame.
Disrespectful words with no facts, with nothing to say. We scored 6 runs at home. Then we score, 9, and then we scored 6 again here. They just happened to score 12. And then you look at our OPS on the road, what's the best in all the big leagues throughout a 162-game season, which we play 81 on the road. Their OPS was a lot higher at home than it was on the road. So, just another kid that needs to know the facts, or what else needs to do.
Hashtag facts.
Well, when you have to fall back on your road OPS, you've answered this question before. I mean, it's going to continue. But my real question is, who is the heart and soul of the Astros? And when you look at them right now, because I believe it's Altuve. I believe Altuve is the heartbeat, the mentality. So. But I believe Correa is the toughness. I believe he's the dude in the locker room and in the dugout that'll get in your face and say, let's get this done.
Right. Now,
which is more important, and who do you pay?
Both. There's no cap.
There's your answer. There's no cap. You can pay him whatever you like. So those that go $300 million, that's too much. How much you think the Astros are worth?
I think I could get him at $250. Like, how bad you want to be in Houston? You could go to Cali. You could go to Cali and your 300 isn't even 250 in Texas. So stay in Texas and take 250. It's easy for Rudy to say, like, hey, Correa, leave $50 million on the table. But I mean, again, you go to Cali or New York, your 300 is not 300.
You're right. The taxes are coming off the top, so it's worth thinking about it. And then there's the state of Texas and being in the state of Texas, and all that entails. Carlos Correa did great damage in the first series. We expect more. He was 2 for 4 with 2 doubles. Wow, 2 RBIs. At 27, Correa is already tied with Albert Pujols for 6th most RBIs in Major League postseason history.
Damn, it's crazy though. You know who I am pulling for. I'm pulling for Dusty.
Yeah.
I don't think Dusty has one as a manager. He's come close. He was with the Giants. They had one slip away from him. I don't think Dusty has a ring as a manager.
I think he's been in the game for 50 years. I'd like to think he blundered into one championship.
I'm pulling for Dusty. Because Dusty was supposed to be like, okay, bring Dusty in and he'll take all the bullets from Trash Can Gate.
And he will own it. And he was the first David Culley. He'll be the transition.
but he turned into Is he Ted Lasso?
Well, the team jumped behind him. They love him. They really do appreciate Dusty.
Comes from that. He's cut from their cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm pulling for Dusty, man. And Mattress Mac.
That would be worth the chase right there.
Yeah.
They're taking on the Boston Red Sox, who are equally as hot.
It's tough to win there, man. It's tough to win in Boston when that crowd gets going and they get to yelling expletives at you with that Boston accent.
James, are you comfortable with the bullpen doing what they did against the Sox against Boston?
Yeah, they looked good the other day against the White Sox.
Certainly.
Who has a better staff, though?
The 3 that came in relief to preserve that Game 4 win were the 3 midseason acquisitions that James Click made in Kendall Graveman, Maton, and Yimi Garcia.
Great point.
As we head closer, the dream matchup, of course, the matchup we all are praying for is Dodgers-Astros. I'm afraid the Dodgers ain't going to live up to their end of the bargain. I think they focus too much on the regular. Well, the desperate times call for desperate measures. Come from behind, get it tied up. Win all these games, it's all for naught if they don't get past the Giants.
Yeah, it's crazy. I remember that Astros win yesterday. It was Halloween. I was about to take my oldest trick or treating, wasn't it? I was out trick or treating, and every house I went by, someone was in the garage handing out candy with the game on.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. You remember sports with moments. I was trick or treating. Like, what's the score? was the score. I was really pulling for the Astros like I gave a damn.
Who was on the mound in that Halloween night? Was it former Ranger?
On Halloween night?
The game
against the Dodgers?
Yeah. Who was on the mound for the Dodgers that night? Former Ranger, right?
Yu Darvish.
It was Yu Darvish.
Yes.
That's right. You
Yes.
walked off that field going, they're stealing my signs, man.
Yeah.
He knew it. They talked about it that night.
He walked off the mound.
Oh, they
puzzled.
jumped
He
my
was like,
stuff.
I gave him my best stuff, and he
They
knew it was coming.
man. They stepped out of the box even before I let go of the pitch. They knew it was going to be a ball. Yeah, that's only thing that will because the expectation is that that you got to beat the Dodgers to put this to bed, though the Dodgers will never forget it.
Dodgers got to beat San Fran. They got their hands full.
It's going to be tough for them. Hey, let's get you caught up on the headlines that you require as you're out grabbing a bunch of bags of burgers for those that you work with. The 411 and the 210 coming now.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
Seeing as we're talking about the Astros, Chicago White Sox manager Tony La Russa had an issue yesterday as White Sox hitter Jose Abreu was plunked in Game 4 of the Astros' 10-1 series-ending victory by Kendall Graveman with the fastball on a full count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Astros up 7-1 at the time. And let's just say he's putting the blame squarely on the Houston Astros.
All right, here it is.
They had a 6-run lead.
Well, I questioned, after they threw 3 pitches in there, why they should have just ejected him. It'll be a good test of the character and credibility of the winning team because it was intentional. Catcher kept looking in the dugout, so that they hit him intentionally. And I'll be really curious. They should have the guts to admit that they did it. Why they did it, I have no reason to understand.
They're already kicking our ass.
I only carried my sportsmanship so far, and I've got the limit. They beat us. They played better. We're disappointed. But that was intentional. And I don't understand why. Don't understand how they got away with it.
Didn't Altuve wear one yesterday, too?
He did. And also, I just don't understand the hitting of Abreu being intentional when the guy following him was the one, Yasmani Grandal, that was the one that was called or was not called for interference, which should have rightly been plunked.
The game was already, obviously you can always put on your rally cap and do something miraculous. The real story here is Tony La Russa. Because he is the first manager in all of the league that'll say throw at him. He is the first one to call a pitcher and say, take him out. He broke those baseball rules that we're not allowed to talk about.
He did it to his own team.
Yes.
When his guy swung on 3-0, he deserved it. And I was like, what?
So, Tony, I think that his future with the Sox is in doubt.
What movie was Clint Eastwood, the races against, what movie was that?
The Gran Torino movie?
Gran Torino, yeah.
Tony La Russa reminds me of Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino.
Just
like that's who he is. He's just old and mad.
Speaking through
Clint's teeth. He got pulled over and said, do you know who I am? I have no time for anybody that does that.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Like, do you know who I am? Like, yeah, I do. The guy that's swerving all over the highway. Step out of the car, put your hands on the roof.
You want to talk about Just for Men? He's mainlining Just for Men. That dude's got some jet black hair for the age. I'm just saying.
He and Rick Pitino.
It's time for me to re-up on my my JFM. I will be back to jet black before the tailgate this Saturday.
Got to look presentable for homecoming.
I'm at homecoming. There's a bunch of 20-year-olds out there. I can't have a gray beard. I'm like, dude, get this old man out of my tent.
Look at how black his beard is.
Why is he asking for Natty Light?
He got a 45-year-old face, but that's a 22-year-old beard if I ever saw one.
Nothing wrong with the jet black, Tony. Keep the jet black rolling, baby.
Keep going with it.
Keep rolling.
Moving on.
Headline 1.
Okay, in Texas trade rumors, Lonnie Johnson and defensive end Charles Omenihu are linked in possible deals, according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler ahead of the trade deadline. Also, Texans Pro Bowl left tackle Laramie Tunsil suffered a torn UCL and is undergoing surgery and could miss up to 4 weeks, according to head coach David Coley. CBS Sports' Jason Lockenforth said there was growing buzz as the trade deadline, as he was also a candidate.
know what? I don't want to. What day do y'all have McClain?
Thursday, but not this Thursday.
See, I can't. Because, see, McClain, I've been hearing him on Minix. He's been shooting down rumors left and right on Minix show. He's like, oh, nope, that's crap, Jason. Nope, Jason, that's crap. That's crap. So until I hear from McClain, I ain't saying anything. We've been talking. People outside that aren't McClain have been throwing rumors and seeing if they stick without the Texans all year. And he's been coming on with y'all and shooting down everything like it's dove season. What do you think, Rob?
Well, I want to talk about the possibilities here. So I don't think anything's working. I think John is plugged in.
Yes.
There's nothing in the works right now. But I asked our Texans fan, exclude the money.
Okay.
Just tell me what you think of Laramie Tunsil. Not about the money. What about the performance? You like him?
He's good.
Okay.
He's really good at his job.
But he's overpaid. Can we agree on that? Now he's hurt.
But I think he's overpaid because it's a team that's going to win 2 games. Is he overpaid if he's protecting Justin Fields? If he's protecting Sunshine down in Jacksonville?
He is overpaid because the Houston Texans gave him, I believe it was $5 million over market value of the highest paid tackle at the time. He got no trade clause. Like, they gave him everything that he could have possibly wanted, and were negotiating against themselves. Like, this was on Bill O'Brien just doing a bad deal at the time.
Okay.
It's
But you know,
if
they did put him on the market, it would be there'll be 29 teams. Well, there'll be 20 teams taking calling the Texans.
Like maybe Pittsburgh, like maybe Seattle,
Chicago. Seattle should be calling now as we're on the radio.
That's what I don't get about the Texans right now. You should be in the talent acquiring mode. I understand talking about a Minahu. There's some value to be returned from that. Lonnie Johnson, I don't know. Maybe. They're talking about moving the wrong dudes. I mean, the things we should be talking about is getting rid of that stupid salary and any vestige of O'Brien. And by the way, I would like to thank Mr. O'Brien for taking over the play calling for the Alabama Crimson Tide and deciding not to run the ball down on the goal line, throwing it 4 times. Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. You continue to kill.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien.
I do feel like when you're in the rebuild spot that the Texans are in, the one thing Pledge and I agree on, I think everyone on that team should be on a rookie deal.
All of them.
Absolutely. Burn it to the ground.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Right.
Now, Tyrod Taylor, I'm sorry, we're going to get rid of your left tackle. Things are going to get tough for you.
Well, I don't know if Tyrod Taylor's got a job to come back to.
No, he doesn't. But he's going to play out this year.
Poor Tyrod.
Again.
Poor Tyrod. It's like, dude, don't get it twisted. Direct deposits in this league, it's cool. It's a great job to have, but it's just like every time he gets a starting job, something happens.
He knew what he was getting into here.
He knew what he was. It was a Band-Aid.
Yeah, he knew arriving in Houston that you just don't puncture my lung. Let me play through the year and let me move on in my career as a backup later on. But the other situations, those were not his doing. This one,
right?
I firmly believe he knew exactly what he was getting into.
Great point.
Headline 0.
Spurs legends Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker are 2 of the legends that will be joining the Texas Sports Hall of Fame class of 2022. They'll be joined by the likes of Chris Bosh, Mike Renfro, Michael Strahan, Robert Griffin III, Bob Beeman, Carly Patterson Caldwell, and Susie Snyder Eppers. The induction ceremony will take place on March 22nd, 2022 in Waco. According to the San Antonio Express News, citing the Texas Sports Hall of Fame's online directory, Tim Duncan is not in. Are you surprised that all 3 of the Spurs greats of the Big 3 aren't going in together? Or even more so, that Duncan, who retired first, isn't already in?
Well, you go first, Rob.
He has to have declined the offer.
That's what I said.
I would like to think
that's what I said.
That even in North Texas, they have a vague idea who Tim Duncan is, and they would have sent an invite out. For Manu and Tim to go in and Tim not be there, Manu and Tony to go in, that I find that very odd. But more interesting, Bob Beeman.
I don't know him.
Bob Beeman in 1968 set a world record that held until 1991 in the long jump. He broke a record that took 2 decades to break. Now, granted, it was Mexico City, but the jump was the likes we had. Literally from 68 to 91, he held the long jump record. Nobody came close to Mike Powell. fact that he hadn't been in for 30 years
Oh.
is just now getting invited.
You know what? What's up with that?
And Mike Renfro, the wide receiver, didn't he play a little bit with the Oilers and the Cowboys? Didn't he go on both sides?
And why?
He was just a spare. I mean, he's a good guy, but and no Tim.
And why isn't Strahan already in?
And then what, Strahan
already?
Now I know that there's a lot of great athletes in the
There's a
great
lot of-
state of
yes.
Texas, and lots of different avenues to get in, but seems like a disjointed class to me.
RG3, you cool with that, right?
Absolutely, RG3
He built
should
the
be in.
stadium.
Yeah, no, all the people that are in, I'm just arguing, why are they just now getting
Right.
in? And why isn't Tim in?
I'm telling you, Tim said, man, I'm actually watching paint dry that day.
He looked at it and says, do I have to wear a tie?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm busy. I'll go in with Pop.
Tim wants no part
Now,
of
this
that.
is in Waco, right? And the guy that used to sit in the very chair that I'm sitting in right now, Dat Wynn is in. And rightfully so. But it didn't take him that long to get in.
Why Waco?
Why not? They have two museums
Because
there.
of house hunters.
They have, yeah.
Isn't that where the biggest biker fight of all time went down?
The gun down at Twin Peaks. Yes, that was there. They also have the Texas Ranger Hall of Fame in Waco.
Like the police
cops.
officer?
They do have that one.
I got nothing bad to say about the Texas Rangers.
And then the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. I've never been.
It feels like you should be in Austin.
You know, Austin's got enough.
Yeah, they do. Hell, forget Austin and their crappy tacos.
That is your info.
I said it.
All caught up.
411 and a 210.
I have a question for you as we go to break. You know, Kyrie Irving is now, he has been told by his team, by the NBA, by the state of New York, you ain't playing in New York. And Brooklyn said, well, if you ain't playing in New York, you ain't playing at all. Till you get vaxxed, you ain't coming. Now, he has been very quiet as to why he's not getting vaccinated. Now, we're starting to hear a little bit as the NBA is framing their argument. This is not about you and your ability to decide or not about the vaccination. This is about being on a team and being all in for what we're all together for, and that's a championship. It's all about the W's. It's all about the L's. You put yourself and your concerns aside for the betterment of the team. Finally, we heard it from Sean Marks. But we heard a little bit of rumor this morning that Kyrie might not be anti-vax as much as he is pro the little guy.
The nurses, the teachers that have been fired or let go, or whatever the word you want to use, for not being vaccinated.
When I hear that, I think maybe he's softening. Maybe he's finding an easy way to get himself back into the league, getting his vaccination without taking the personal assault that, you changed your view on this. Because if he's not in it for himself, he was only looking for the little guy, makes it a lot easier to go, I'll go ahead and take the shot. That's my thought.
Let's talk about
Let's talk about the situation they find themselves. And the Spurs still got two extra dudes. What are they going to do with them?
Got them.
Coming back, we'll talk about it here on our halftime. I'm not looking at
a check swing. That was a check swing.
Gorgeous
No, that
ginger
was a check.
beard. I miss it. I get
I
to
do
sit
too.
across from him. He's on special assignment. He'll be back. We'll come back talking that. You guys are on halftime, and this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Why don't you just be that guy and wear the knee brace?
I can't. I'm not going to be that guy.
How about the copper fix?
That's snake oil, man.
You feel like it's a fake?
Yes. Those commercials with Brett Favre and Jerry Rice wearing back braces and elbow. No, you're just selling product, man. And as soon as they walk off, they got some kind of weird little razor that does your nose hair and your pubes. I'm sorry, dude.
Rod Thompson, Rudy J. Weekday morning 7 to 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Don't go through the fall months with that joint pain. Call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative Solutions are here bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. QC Kinetics uses natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star. Listen, you don't have to live with that chronic pain, and don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC Kinetics. Now it's time to see what this is all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to the fullest. Act now. Restorative, regenerative therapies are available here, and the in-office consultation is free. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. You need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Jason Minix here for Garageanization. You've heard me tell you about their shelving, overhead racks, and storage systems to make your garage functional for the entire family. If you have issues with your garage, call 210-664-4494. Have them come out and give you a free consultation. Garageanization couldn't be a better choice. A veteran family-owned and operated business for more than a decade. Give them a call at 210-664-4494 or go to the website garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
Hey y'all, I'm Grant Pinkerton of Pinkerton's Barbecue in downtown San Antonio. We only smoke prime meats with a blend of post oak and mesquite. Come see us for some of those giant beef ribs, tender brisket, and a cold big red. We have a Texas-sized bar, great selection of bourbon, and tons of local beers. I love sports, so we have plenty of screens to watch them on. We're open Wednesday through Sunday for lunch and dinner or until we sell out. Come early, come hungry, and stay late.
It's one ball, two hoops, and a whole lot of action. Get the latest NBA preseason news, opinions, and analysis on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Welcome on to halftime. Grab an orange slice. Juice boxes are in the bucket.
I love those orange slices at halftime of
icy
soccer
cold.
games. Oh my God.
Walk around sucking on that orange slice. I vaguely remember that.
Then you put the orange hole as your mouthpiece.
Scare the
We're
other
such
team.
goofy kids. We're so simple. We didn't need an I-13.
Did you ever spit on your hand for the good game walk by?
No, what the heck is
I guess
wrong
that's
with
South
you?
Side.
Is that a West?
That was a total South Side.
Damn,
So
that's bad.
If we were playing Terrell Wells, you know who you are.
That's bad.
Back in the day, that was the ultimate comeuppance. Spit on your hand and get a good game. Take that
That's
with you.
horrible. No, I never did that one.
I didn't either.
No, I know
I
you
would have
didn't.
never done that, Carl.
I know you
I mean,
didn't.
Carl. Rudy.
Your pops raised you better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
But we did. What's today's day? 13th.
13th, baby.
It's time to start the Halloween costume search.
Oh man, it is.
We got an invite. I got invited to a Halloween party. I haven't dressed up, and I don't know, anybody did last year, but
Is this
been
a
a couple
bar
years.
or is this a house?
It's a get together house. It's a house.
Do you have to dress up for house parties? You do, right?
I'm not a big dresser upper. I used to host a pretty good Halloween party back in the day before I had children, and I could invite and do things at the house that led to children, actually.
Body shots.
All of that. We stopped doing that. Did you have your costume done?
No, and I need one. I need two, actually.
Need two.
I got a Saturday night. Probably do Saturday night with friends and family, and then I have to do a live broadcast, and they want me to dress up with them.
What was the last costume you wore?
I have the scary mask that I wear every year.
Well, that's not even a costume. That's
the
just
last
a mask.
costume. I don't know the last costume.
You went and physically picked out the clothes. You might have had to done something at home just to get it ready. All of that.
I did Fat Albert. That was my last one. Red shirt, white underneath, pillow. Because at the time I was skinny. Now I don't need the pillow. But
you're like Columbus Day.
Yeah, I did Fat Albert. Fat Albert. Yeah, that was awesome.
Pledge, what was your last costume?
Last year.
Oh yeah, I know.
The
That's
Joker.
what I'm saying. I'm looking for because my memory of last Halloween is basically of one thing: Tiger King and Carol Baskin. That's all I can remember for last year.
Oh yeah, everybody was that.
Yeah,
right?
Everybody had that.
This year, everybody's gonna be Squid Game. They're gonna either have the pink.
Squid Game's gonna be big.
Oh yeah.
Squid Game, they're gonna have the green jumpsuit on, or they're gonna have the pink with the mask. That's gonna be the most popular costume this year. What was your last one?
My most recent one that I wore, I believe that I was Peter Quill, Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
I'll bet you got the stuff for that.
That was a good one. You?
Well, see, I'm a little bit more. I'm not topical. I'm more of a. I like Carol. I don't know what I would do for current news in the current news cycle. Like, who would be my last costume that I wear that I really went out and
tried?
It's been a bit.
Me too.
I was old Elvis. It's been a couple
nice.
years ago. I made my own costume. I went whole.
You got pics?
Somewhere. I'm not proud of them. I went and bought one of those old man jumpsuits from Walmart. And bedazzled the hell out of that and became a fat Elvis. What costume should Rudy wear?
Ooh.
I need suggestions. You can see him. Go to sasportstar.com. Maybe you're watching on Facebook. Take a look at that grill. Figure out what the hell Rudy should do.
I don't know, man. The easy target is Suge Knight, Rick Ross.
Yeah, but
those are the easy ones.
I would imagine you look like him. So
I did Rick one year. That was, like I said, I was last minute. We're having a house party. I didn't have a beard, so I painted one on. I put on one of my wife's shiny belts as a chain. It was a Dickie suit, Prada shades.
See, that's easy.
That was easy. I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is I have to figure something out because I want to actually really participate.
Now, does your wife dress up?
She's dressed up.
Do you do pair costume? Do you do like matching?
No, no. We've never done no matching stuff. She's done cops and devils, and she does the typical female stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She did like Paris Hilton, Cyndi Lauper. No, she didn't never do Cyndi Lauper. That pink hair, I think that was Paris. I don't know who the hell she was.
We talked earlier. I want to hear, and this is great for social. What's the worst costume you ever got? One you just like, man, this didn't work.
I dressed up as a woman. I hated it. That was the worst idea ever. I dressed up as a female. Like, it wasn't even a costume. It was just I was a girl. It was the dumbest thing
The
ever.
same thing happened to me. I can tell you, it was 6th grade, Miss Shannon's class. We had Halloween at school. Got to dress up, go to Halloween at school. Back when you could do that, celebrate actual Halloween instead of like fall harvest day or whatever the heck they're doing now. But got to wear our costume, and I left it at home. I mean, at school. I left my costume at school. I was a vampire. Got home, time to trick or treat, didn't have a costume. My mom sprung into action and put me in drag like nobody's business. I
did a girl.
I had a
once,
wig. Man, I regret that.
Me too.
Because I left like, at least I'm getting some candy. Then all my friends saw me. I was a vampire in the morning. Now I'm dressed up like my mom. that was a long Halloween.
That one was bad. I had on flats. It was awful. Like a kilt. But now dudes wear kilts.
I really am curious what the other than Squid Game, which makes perfect sense. We'll see a lot of that.
Yeah, the green jumpsuit is so easy.
Yeah. I get the feeling we're going to see a fair amount of the of Kim Kardashian that looked like with the face covered and
Kim
all
and
that.
Kanye will be a popular one.
I think that will be a pretty consistent one. You look for the cultural trends where everybody's looking, and there's really not a lot going on that I would go, people are going to dress like that.
No. Venom.
There'll be a lot of Venom. That hit the theaters, right?
What's it called was really popular for a couple years. Pennywise was super.
The clown.
That
That's
was
right.
a super popular costume, but you had to put in some work to be Pennywise.
Yeah, I'd painting your face with all that stuff.
Yeah, I can't. I've seen people do Avatar. Like, who takes the time to paint their body blue? Like, you're taking Halloween a little too serious.
I think The Mandalorian will be big this year.
That's a tough one to do.
That's hard.
You got to invest some time and effort. You can't just make the Mandalorian outfit.
See,
at home.
I only do stuff that I can do October 26th. Like, I'm not going Aaron Rodgers and be planning my costume for a year.
You got to commit, Rudy.
I know. My buddy was Teen Wolf one time. It was genius. He put like little hair all over me. It was dope. He ordered the uniform. That was like,
that's a good idea.
Teen Wolf was solid. He's always had some good costumes though.
I need costumes. If you guys have anything, you can.
I
reach
need
out.
ideas bad.
How far will you let your children go? Because you're the father of a daughter who's reached today. When was the first time she showed up and you had a costume on that you went?
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Yeah, I got a 25-year-old. She's never really been into that, but my 13-year-old, I got to watch her.
Mm-hmm.
She's she'll try me. So I got to watch my 13-year-old, but I ain't letting them go too far. I ain't letting her go too far. No way.
Like Harley Quinn far?
No, she can't be Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn was an unfortunate.
Was it?
There was a lot of women that put on the Harley Quinn that probably shouldn't have.
Yeah. I never saw the movie. Was it overly sexy?
It was, yeah. I mean, it was.
Yeah, what, stomach out?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little bit.
Midriff, little midriff.
A little bit.
Short skirt, probably.
A little much. A little
much.
You're like,
Oh, the Halloween is a reason for women to not wear clothes. That's what it's turned into.
See,
it used to be
the
a
Harley
thing.
Quinn look that was mimicked
no.
by many divorcees. So,
oh no, we're not doing Harley. I mean, it's a cool costume for 20-something-year-olds, but
I think we're going to have to come to.
Is that old girl? That's the one from
Margot Robbie from
Wolf of Wall Street. Oh gosh, yeah, she's good with me.
She works. She's just about any costume. But are we going to be on air on the 31st?
That's a Sunday.
Oh, maybe the Friday ahead of time, because you're going to be in costume anyway, right? You might have to.
I got to wear a costume Friday at Carzoos. Yeah.
Should we mandate a costume?
I'm in
for all of us.
Let's do it.
Should we go as a team?
We could do the team thing.
No, we'll figure it out. If you have any suggestions, gosh, I know I need them. Certainly to Rudy, you can reach out on the socials at RudyJ_star.
Let me know.
At Rob Thompson ESPN. I would say you can reach out to Pledge. Pledge's got a costume, I'm sure. It's already.
He does.
He's already got it. He's just not going to let us know. It'll probably come out of the Marvel universe.
Yes, I definitely can see Pledge doing the. What about Shang-Chi? How would I wear? What was his name? He's on the phone.
I think, I know the one you're talking about.
The most recent one.
You'd have to get Venom, like the Kung Fu Ninja kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if I could pull off a ninja. Ninja's a little bit slimmer.
Would you do something that was not obvious? Like,
see, this is the thing.
Punch.
This is the thing with a Halloween costume. Like, if you have to tell people what you are, did you fail?
Yeah, you failed.
Or do some people like not want? Or do some people just not know what you do? Not know what you're on?
Somebody said that Rob should dress up as Sully from Monsters, Inc.
Oh, I like Sully.
I do too, but
I don't know who that is. That sounds like a cartoon.
Tall,
it is a cartoon.
He walks kind of bow-legged, like I can see it. I can see it.
I
really
love me
bad.
some Sully. Who was what was it? Shang-Chi?
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi this year.
That's
Legend of the Ten Rings.
That's going to be popular.
I'm looking up Sully for Monsters, Inc.
Are you?
Yeah. He was voiced by John Goodman.
There's a Spirits across the street from my house this year. They took over the fireworks
building. You talking about the animal?
Yeah.
I thought it was a person. How would I remind you of that?
No, they said because he was like, he's tall.
Oh.
You'd have to actually order the costume, and The costumes are a ripoff. They're expensive.
Yeah.
Like, unless you do your own thing, like if you go just buy a costume, you're spending $80. Rudy could be the Thing from Fantastic Four. I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Probably not.
Why are we getting these characters, Rob? I'm insulted.
Maybe it's just because they hear our voice and don't see our face on the regular. They kind of think we look like this.
Pull up the Thing for me.
Mm-hmm. I am.
I need to see who this Thing is.
Desperately need a costume, and we are just a couple of weeks away. We're sitting on the 13th. So Halloween is going to go over the weekend. So the parties will happen, and the trick-or-treating will be, I guess it'll be that Sunday night, right?
Sunday night Saturday for the adult. Oh, that would be super cool.
That'd be hard, though.
It'd be hard. I don't know.
Man made a rock.
I don't know how to crack my face, but that would be super cool. The kids would love me. But yeah, Saturday's for the adults. Sunday we'll go knocking.
Do for a party. Hey, coming back, we'll look at Kyrie Irving's situation. He's doing it for the little people. What does that mean? Spurs trying to find some space. But before we go, let's give away some movie tickets. The Last Duel. It's a period piece. Goes on in French, and I guess it's about the last duel in France. I do know that you can see Ben Affleck with blonde curly hair. If you like Adam Driver, he's in it, and so is Matt Damon.
Ben and Matt hook up again?
Yeah, Matt. Yeah, they're all in it. It's lots of stars. That was. This is the kind of movie that needs to be seen in a theater. We were talking earlier about
for sure.
Some of these movies distributors have signed deals with like HBO Max and Disney Plus to let the movies hit the streaming and the theater at the same time. That probably won't last forever, but there's some that I think are appropriate. This, you kind of need to be there. And if you want to go, 656-3776, 656 ESPN is our numbers. And it's the Last Duel. I would, and we'll do number 7. Caller number 7.
Yeah, I like 7.
Lucky number 7. You want to go see the movie? This is one I'm going to go. I might.
You've been telling me about that. But you got to get the Bond first.
Bond's up there, Last Duel, and Dune, which we'll have tickets to give away for tomorrow morning on R&R in the morning. And I'm sure maybe the Blitz will have some today, but we're giving away Dune tickets as well. I also heard tell that we got some more concert tickets coming around the bend. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who it's coming, but we're going to have some more concert tickets coming. Hey, let's put a bow on the show and look at Kyrie and the NBA coming up next. Hang around with us. You're on halftime on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Score $1,000 now. Enter the winning keyword, Texans. TEXANS. Texans at sasportstar.com. Good luck from San Antonio Sports Star. ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM. ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The Houston Astros are American League Championship Series bound after a 10-1 victory to defeat the Chicago White Sox in the divisional series. Jose Altuve scored 4 runs, had 3 RBIs, and went 3 of 5 from the plate to help the Astros to a Game 4 win. The Astros move on to play the Boston Red Sox. That series gets going Friday night with a 7:07 first pitch. A federal judge has denied a request by Dallas Cowboys offensive lineman La'el Collins for an injection that would have halted his 5-game suspension with 1 game remaining. Collins will be eligible to return after the Dallas bye week for a Halloween matchup against the Vikings. And in UTSA football, the Roadrunners add a home-and-home series against Air Force for a 2028 matchup in San Antonio and a 2032 game on the road at Air Force. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Carl Schoening.
At Manrique Custom Vision, you'll find some people just aren't good candidates for Z-LASIK. That's why they have different technologies for different patients. They are a custom vision center focused on helping people get rid of their glasses and contacts. Rudy J here. Call them today for a complimentary consultation to see what's right for you. Financing is offered to all FSA and medical spending accounts accepted. Get treated like family by Dr. Manrique. Call 354-2020 for the Manrique difference. That's 354-2020.
How's your cell phone coverage? How's your cell phone bill? You know, a lot of big carriers overcharge you for unlimited data. They brag about coverage, but that's only if you live in the city. This is Greg Akagi. I've been an agriculture director for over 20 years, and I know what people outside the city need. Pure Talk. Pure Talk gives you great 5G coverage for about half of what Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile charge you. The average family saves over $800 a year. You can keep your number and keep your phone or save on the latest iPhones and Androids. Unlimited talk, text, and 6 gigs of data is just $30 a month. Or if you want unlimited data, you can still save a fortune. With their U.S.-based customer service, I believe in the way Pure Talk treats their customers. Plus, they have a 30-day risk-free guarantee, so you literally have nothing to lose. From your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say half off, and you'll save 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 and say half off.
Hey, sports bettors, I'm talking to you. This is Rob Thompson here to tell you about my favorite sports book. That's BetUS. Football's here. You need to be playing it. It's been a great couple of weeks. Why not start now? Well, BetUS is the best place to start because they've been around for 25 years. That's the integrity I'm looking for with the longevity. You need a sports book that offers everything, including live betting, MMA, golf, horses, esports, you name it. They've got it. To join, it's so easy. Call today, 1-800-79-BET-US. Again, 1-800-79-BET-US. And when you dial it, remember this, KZDC. If you tell them KZDC, that's us, you're going to get up to 200% in bonuses on your first deposit. Nobody does that. I bet at BetUS, so should you. I want you to join BetUS.com today. Call them right now. Start betting with America's favorite sportsbook. And remember to use KZDC for up to 200% in bonuses. BetUS.com. It's where the game begins.
Still looking for that one special voice that makes you fall in love with podcasts? The one is out there and free on Spotify. With over 2 million shows and today's most talked about podcasts, Spotify is the best place to find that one special show that makes you laugh, keeps you interested, and keeps you listening for more. Whatever you're into, get way more into it with a podcast. Find the one you've been listening for right now, free on Spotify.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. So 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And 82% of you will remember that you can try ZipRecruiter for free, but you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Texas Cheer Liquor, your one-stop shop for beer, liquor, wine, and cigars. Follow them on Facebook to keep up with specials and tastings. 4 locations, 2 on Petranco, 1 past 211, 1 in 90 in Montgomery, and the all-new Texas Cheer Liquor next to Walmart Palo Alto Road, Suite 101.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
If you love football, come to the San Antonio Quarterback Club every Tuesday from 11 to 1 at the Sierra Hills Baptist Church. Join UTSA coaches for Roadrunner game highlights, plus feature guest speakers for great food and football talk. The San Antonio Quarterback Club is a proud supporter of Gridiron Heroes Spinal Cord Injury Foundation. Tuesday's guest speaker is Texas Tech orthopedic surgeon Dr. Jack Henry. Join us Tuesday 11 to 1 at Sierra Hills Baptist Church for food and football talk at the San Antonio Quarterback Club.
Who's ready to play some ball?
Friday nights under the lights. Don't miss the high school football game of the week. Powered by Hill Electric. This Friday on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Everything's bigger in Texas. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
The Blitz will be at 4 o'clock with Jason Minix. Quarterback Club. We're the entity. Yeah. Check that out. So yesterday afternoon, after the R&R went off, we hear from Sean Marks.
Oh, yeah.
Of the New Jersey Nets, informing us that the circus is over. Yeah, will he, won't he? How will it happen with Kyrie? If he can practice but can't play, what's going on? Well, the Nets made a command decision like, look, man, you have every right to make the decision you want to make, but you have to deal with the ramifications of your decision. And because you've chosen not to get vaccinated, whatever your reasoning, you can't play. We can't take part-time. We need full-time. They parsed it team first. I was under the assumption that Kyrie personally was anti-vax, that didn't want to get it, was worried about the science, whatever his reasoning was, it was that.
Well, he was liking Instagram posts that were saying scientifically you're going to die. Yeah, so it seemed anti-vaxxy.
Well, so now we're hearing through back channels that it's not so much about that, but it's more about him taking a stand for the little guys, the people that are being forced to take a shot just to go to work and have to because they don't have the money in the bank not to. The teachers, the health care workers, the front line types that have been told by the state of New York, you got to be vaxxed or you can't work.
If that was true, would you be cool with it?
No, I am down with the decision. I completely support the fact that this is America. I do believe you need to get vaxxed because it's not just about you. If it was just about you, then there'd be a different story. But if you're standing on this principle that you're protecting the little guy, it makes it a whole lot easier to go, well, there's not a whole lot I can do anymore. I've made my point. Everybody's aware that the little guy is getting shafted. I got to go back to work. Because it's easier for me, at least in my mind, to pivot off of I was protecting somebody else. I did my job. I'm moving on. I'm going to work. Than it is I am anti this. I refuse to put it in my body. And there's no way you can change my mind. That's hard to switch off of because then it comes back off. Well, your research was faulty and you start following that. I think it makes it easy for Kyrie to say, all right, I'm going to come play because I've never said I was anti-vax. He's been quiet about that, though. By his actions, we believe that to be the case.
Well, oh, wow. Well, we know who he is, yeah.
We're about to head off into the sunset. Don't forget about the Blitz. Hey, go out and watch your Spurs tonight. It is absolutely free of charge. Silver and Black Scrimmage gets going at 7 o'clock. Go have some fun with them. He is Rudy J. I am Rob Thompson. R&R gets going tomorrow again at 7 o'clock. This has been Halftime. Carl's name's still on the show. He's just on a special project. We will have him returning. Y'all be cool. Stay safe. We'll talk to you in the morning.
Friday nights mean one thing. San Antonio Sports Stars High School Football Game of